Jordan Miles was just walking into the courthouse, case files tucked under his arm. The morning was calm, footsteps echoing in the marble hallway. Then, a gavel slammed from inside Courtroom 3. A sharp voice called his name. Every head turned toward him. In less than an hour, he'd be standing face to face with a man who thought the law could be bent by prejudice, and he'd expose a truth that would shake the entire county. Jordan lived a disciplined life in the city's legal district. His days were a mix of case reviews, late-night strategy calls, and early mornings in court. He valued precision, every word in a brief, every step in an argument. His colleague, Sofia Ramirez, often teased him for being married to the job, but she also knew his work had saved lives and kept dangerous criminals off the streets. He believed the law was a shield for the innocent, but soon he'd discover it could also be twisted into a weapon. In a crowded courtroom, Judge Charles Beckett stared down from the bench. "Mr. Miles," he said loudly, "you're in violation of a local ordinance. I'm fining you on the spot." Gasps rippled through the room. Whispers began. Jordan froze for a second, stunned. He had done nothing wrong. This wasn't even his hearing. Minutes later, in chambers, Beckett's tone turned sharper. "You people always think you're above the law," the judge muttered. The words hit harder than the fine. Jordan kept his expression steady, but inside his chest tightened. This wasn't about a law. It was about who he was. As he left, Jordan noticed a case folder on Beckett's desk, one with his own name on it, though he had no cases pending before the judge. Why would Beckett have that? And why was part of it marked confidential, do not release? Sofia promised to help dig into Beckett's record. They found an old complaint filed by another attorney, dismissed without explanation. Hope sparked until Jordan received an anonymous note at his office. "Drop it, or your career ends." Ryan Cole, a patrol officer Jordan trusted, quietly hinted that other judges had been pressured to overlook Beckett's behavior. It was another piece of the puzzle. But then, Jordan's car was vandalized outside the courthouse, and the files he'd left inside were gone. An email arrived from an unknown sender, scanned pages from a whistleblower report. It described a pattern: Beckett imposing unlawful fines, targeting minority defendants, and hiding conflicts of interest. Jordan's pulse quickened. Finally, proof, or at least the beginning of it. But if this leaked, Beckett wouldn't just come after him legally. It could turn dangerous. Jordan decided to go public in court. During a high-profile hearing, he presented the whistleblower's documents as part of the record. Gasps filled the room again, this time for the judge. A bailiff escorted Beckett from the bench as state. Investigators entered. For the first time all day, Jordan allowed himself to breathe. The gavel that had once silenced him now marked Beckett's fall. Weeks later, Beckett faced formal charges and removal from office. Jordan returned to his cases, but something had changed. The law now felt more fragile, more human than before. In a quiet moment, Sofia asked if it was worth the risk. Jordan nodded. Justice only works if you stand up to those who abuse it. And somewhere in that courthouse, a younger attorney watched the news and realized the fight was theirs to take up next.